What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crazy Headaches podcast. Again, I am joined here by the boss Lisa
Hi there.
and Mr. Michael.
Yay, yay.
And as always, I'm Christian. Today we really, don't have anything specific. It's been hectic all the way around between personal life, professional life, just you name it. So, as you can see, Lisa's
I'm trying to work, not work, but work right now.
Yeah, it's just been, I think all of us are pretty worn out and beat, and it's been a hell of a week.
Yeah, I
It's
think
been a
kind
hell
of
a couple weeks.
the topic kind of today should be something like we're kind of winging it today, but we got plenty to talk about always. But it just came to mind turning pressure into power.
Yeah.
Because we all have had a lot of that lately, and I think everybody has that a lot of pressure. And how do you deal with the pressure? How do you deal with the heaviness of everyday life? What do you do? And that involves a lot of crazy headaches. Man, you get a lot of crazy headaches going on, and how do you flip that?
Yeah.
And
Even from the
make
littlest things to the biggest things.
we all we could make a all 24-hour podcast.
Oh yeah. I mean, we can start with the little things. So last weekend I flew out to Texas, flew out to Austin to move my aunt and uncle back here to Florida. Well, I came back. This is their first time living in Florida, but after my father passed away, they're like, that's it. We got to get down there so everybody can be together. So I went out there to pick them up, and it was just from the time I got off the plane, it was like one thing after the other where, there was, I don't know if it was forces trying to, stop us or make them change their mind, which I knew they weren't going to change their mind. They had their minds made up. They were coming. But so I get off the plane, I meet up with my uncle, and from getting off the plane, we were going to go pick up the moving truck for them, then go back to their house and start packing more stuff up because a couple of his friends, when they got out of work, they were going to come and help us load everything.
Yeah.
So we go pick up the moving truck and the trailer because we're going to be trailering his Mustang back as well. So we pick up the truck and trailer, get back to his house. And the whole time driving the truck from where we picked it up to their house, I was hearing some rattling. Wasn't thinking anything much of it because I had an empty aluminum trailer on the back. So it legitimately sounded like just the trailer bouncing around, whatever.
Right.
Well, we get to their house and I unhook the trailer and I go to move the truck forward, and I'm now still hearing that sound. And now I can hear like the brakes are really grinding. I'm like, what is going on? Come to find out, I got out, I looked underneath, the caliper was hanging on by one bolt on this truck. The rear end was just completely blown, shot, done. And I looked at my uncle, I said, listen, if you guys were just moving from Leander to South Austin, I would run it and risk it. But we are going to be driving from Texas to South Florida. I'm like, we're not doing this. So we had to go back, return that truck. Luckily, they gave us a brand new U-Haul. This thing only had 1,000 miles on it. I was like, okay, this is good. We're set here. And then we're starting to realize, crap, did we get a truck big enough for everything?
Oh, no.
So we're trying, and I give it to these guys that came and helped out my aunt and uncle and I, because I guess for almost 10 years, they were professional movers. They no longer do it, but, they had 10 years experience. And the way these guys Tetrised this stuff into this truck, I'm like, there's no way anything else is going to fit in here. And they were able to move stuff around, get it in there. We only had to leave one thing. They wanted to bring a fire pit that they had at their house. That was the only thing that we had to leave. And they were willing to, they're like, we can strap it to the roof of the truck. I'm like, no, we don't need to do that. But I mean, it was just one thing after another. First, it's the truck that, we can't risk this. And then it was, oh crap, is everything gonna fit in the truck? And then we start our drive and we get to Houston and it is a monsoon. Me and my uncle cannot see more than 15 feet in front of the truck.
Wow.
I mean, everything, but then after that, like, my uncle is probably one of the most positive people in the world.
Yeah.
And
that's nice.
He's like, No, he's like, we'll get through this. We're good. He's like, it's Houston. It always sucks. Once he gets through there, it's going to be fine. I'm like, all right, that's cool. We're just going to keep on moving. And sure enough, it was a nice, smooth sailing trip. I got us from Texas to just outside of Tallahassee.
Yeah.
In that first leg of the trip. So, I mean, we were able to kind of cook through there.
Yeah.
Florida was the longest part because obviously we had to come across the panhandle and then all the way down. But, I mean, everything was, and in that whole drive, going through like New Orleans and all that stuff, are you surprised that the first time I got flipped off was in Florida?
That doesn't surprise
Not surprised
me.
at all.
That doesn't surprise
The
me.
whole trip and legitimately like 20 minutes outside of our final destination, I get flipped off.
That doesn't surprise me because this morning we were going to get breakfast and a motorcycle. Paul decides, okay, so he just had surgery, so he's really not supposed to drive. So Paul decides, I want to try to drive, so I'm like, well, I want to be in the car the first time you try to drive. Well, normally we talked about this. Paul is an aggressive driver. He has sometimes road rage, but not terrible, but he gets mad at people, idiot drivers. So we're in the car and all of a sudden he goes, he's like, oh no, or something. I can't remember what he said, but it was like really urgent. And I'm like, what? Cause I was talking to Grayson about a job and he goes, this motorcycle almost hit us. Evidently a motorcycle just ran right up on us and there was a lot of traffic. And so he was trying to get between. Oh. And so we got up and the motorcycle went past us and Paul flipped off the motorcycle. So I was like, look, we're trying not to do that right now. I'm like, I'm trying to get him to.
Like, you can't fight right now.
I was like, you need to be calm and we need to keep that finger down. And so he's like, I know. And then just then we saw a big truck that says, heaven or hell, Jesus will take you there. You decide. Wow. So I was like, it was just, I said, see, I was like, you're at bad behavior. He said, well, he goes, Jesus needs to tell this guy that he needs to drive better. And I'm like, okay, well, let Jesus handle it, please. We don't need to have any problems right now.
Well, God needs to give you a sign. There you go.
We don't need to have any problems right now. But speaking of packing, when we moved down here, we had a U-Haul that we didn't have. Probably it wasn't big enough for all the stuff. We threw away a bunch of stuff, but Paul and our friends had that Tetris in there. It was so packed in, and we had the only thing that was left was Paul's grill, and we just couldn't fit it in there. But fortunately, friends of ours took it to their house.
Well, it was one of those things, like, definitely had no worry about anything shifting.
Yeah, no, nothing was shifting.
It wasn't, it was very, because I asked him before I even flew out there, I'm like, hey, what size truck did you get?
Yeah.
He's like, a 20-footer. I'm like, Unc, we're going, okay. And he's like, well, they said the 20-footer is good for 3-bedroom. And
yeah.
They had a 3-bedroom house, but they weren't using it. So one, obviously their bedroom, they had a spare, and then one they used as my aunt's office.
And everybody's 3-bedroom is not the same because
exactly.
Some people are hoarders. Some people live light.
And I spoke with somebody who used to work with U-Haul, and he said that so for anybody's knowledge who's going to be moving soon, just keep this in mind. When they say 3-bedroom, they're literally only counting the bedrooms.
Yeah.
They're not counting that there's a living room or a kitchen or there could be a garage. I think
that would have to be counted.
Or the bathrooms. They are literally only counting the bedrooms. So if you have a 3-bedroom, it will be smarter to go, okay, I have a 5-bedroom because now you're including a living room and a kitchen. And if you have a garage, they said depending on the size of your garage, you may need to make that 2 bedrooms worth. They go, so really, if you have a 3-bedroom, they're like, get the 26-footer, or if they do offer a 24-footer, go with something that's always a little bit more, because when they say good for 2 to 3-bedroom house, it's like, yeah, it is, but just those bedrooms.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's, and he goes, that's where they kind of get people to then do an upcharge. And
well, when we got to U-Haul, I think it was like they included the living rooms and stuff like that, but we had to like check off like living room, kitchen and stuff. But you know, a lot of stuff was in there. You're talking about 20, 30 years worth of stuff. And I don't consider myself a hoarder, but I do save some stuff. So I do have probably more. I'd like to be a minimalist. I wish I could be like not have much stuff. It seems like it'd be much more freeing.
It's
I
easier to
have
keep it clean.
2 forks, 2 spoons, and 2 butter
Yeah.
knives.
and you manage,
We
right?
wash 'em.
Listen, we have a lot of stuff, and when we go to Airbnbs, when you go to Airbnb, they have like the absolute minimal stuff,
Yeah.
and you manage.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. So I'm trying to shift towards that. So we're trying to
absolutely.
downsize and sell some stuff and get rid of some stuff. And
Well, yeah, because I mean, you think my aunt and uncle, they were in just shy of 13 years. They were in that house in Austin. So
well,
13 years is a lot of stuff that can build up.
I saw something that was really profound that kind of made me think, because you try to save all this stuff. Oh, I might need this, and you guys know I'm really bad about that, especially out in
You
the
should
field.
see
But it's
our
a little
storage room
different.
right now.
It's different though when you're running a business. Like
Oh, yeah.
every little bit of money counts. So if
Mhm.
you can save any kind of material, you save it. And so
Mhm.
like even one stick of drip edge, I have you guys save. But when it's at home, I saw something like, gosh, it was like a story of some elderly people had passed away and the kids had to go in. And the one thing that they were saying is like, look, if don't put this burden on your children to have to go through all your stuff.
Yeah.
And and I started thinking, oh wow, that just kind of makes sense. Like I wouldn't want Grayson to have to go through all my stuff. And what do I actually need? And a lot of stuff I don't use.
Now, it depends on if you have a really old school family member, that might be okay. Because when my great grandmother
Yeah.
passed away, legit, as they were moving stuff, there was money just falling out of random
I mean, like,
places.
yeah. And then sometimes like antiques and things like that are really, really cool to have. But I'm just trying to think, minimalistic. What do you actually need? Do you actually need all that stuff? And
God.
so I was looking through this weekend. I've joined, what is it? Brevard Mutual Aid page.
you give stuff
And so I was like, there was a lot of people. There was like people that need TVs and, just various different things. And I was like, okay, what can I get together? Because I have plenty of stuff. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out, what I can get together to try to give to people.
Yeah.
I've got some extra forks and stuff if you need some, like, I can get
No, I don't want them.
yeah, because
Mine was
really,
like, no.
honestly, like when you get ready to move, I'm like this last move, thank goodness we had you and the crew, because it was
Oh, that was interesting.
but I don't want to have to move anything else. And if I have to
I can
move,
go to like Dollar General or Dollar Tree
Yeah.
and get the 3-pack forks and 3-pack spoons for $1.
Yeah.
But it's me and my son. He wash the dishes, son.
yeah.
So use the dishes.
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
Well, and it's
teach 'em,
easier
yeah.
to wash the dishes when there ain't a
make-
million of them.
yeah, yeah.
Now that I
that's
think
true.
about it, it makes me feel. Have you ever seen The Accountant, the movie?
No,
So
but
I did.
Ben
It's been
Affleck.
a while.
Ben Affleck,
He
I
has
did not
one
see.
fork, one spoon.
Yeah.
But he's got like a disorder.
Oh yeah,
So do I
yeah.
have a disorder?
Well, I think we all do.
We have got a little thing going
Got a
on
little
there.
bit of disorder going on. I'm working on. I've been a bit of a control freak, so I'm working on that. I know that's a disorder I have, but I'm working on.
We wouldn't
that.
have it any other way.
And I'm also we've determined I'm an enabler, so I'm working.
Oh
on
yeah,
that
that's for damn sure.
so, among other things. So we're working on those.
Oh yeah,
things,
there's
but
definitely like even me now. I'm going through and just stuff that's in the garage that you hold on to it, but you go through and you're like, when's the last time I touched that?
there's
Like it's
so much.
now the one thing I won't just get rid of is tools.
Yeah,
Because there's some
always
tools that
need
you don't
tools.
touch,
Yeah.
but you're gonna need it at some. So tools
And-
is an exception, but other stuff, it's like
And if God forbid you ever passed away much later in life, those are things that everybody can use later on.
no, 100%. I mean that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I have a bunch of tools. I mean, the Snap-on man owned me for
Yeah.
quite a bit, but I got out of that. But I mean, then there's like 50% of my tools are a lot of tools. I mean, you've seen the size of my toolbox. It's the size
yeah.
of a car. But then the other 50% is from when my grandfather on my mother's side passed away. I
Yeah.
received most of his tools that
Yeah.
another family member, we won't even get into that. But I
Yeah.
received most of those tools. And then
Yeah.
when my grandfather on my father's side passed away last year, legit, it was
Yeah.
have Christian take everything.
Yeah.
And I went through, and good Lord, I didn't think it was that much because he was in a retirement community up in
Yeah.
Ormond. So, and most of those retirement communities up there, it's a trailer park, double
Yeah.
wide. So it's not like they got these crazy big garages. But somehow this man, I filled the pickup truck, the whole bed up over the cab, and it was just in that shed he had there. I'm like, how did you have that much stuff in there? But the man was very organized and had it all in its spot. So once I started pulling stuff out and loading
Yeah.
the truck, I was like, wow, I don't know where I'm going to put this now. So right now I have my toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have my 2 toolboxes. Plus I have another one in my storage unit. Plus I have a stack of the plastic toolboxes.
Yeah.
Just full of stuff that I still have to go through. And then there's the other stuff that I have purchased in the past. My wife has purchased in the past. So
Yeah, and like
that builds
you
up.
buy a lot of stuff. Like, well, Paul's really bad about it. In his office, he's got boxes of stuff from Amazon he hasn't even opened. I'm like, do you even know what's in there? He doesn't even know what's in there. He's like, it's something I bought for the barn. You know? So,
And then we got the boxes of stuff that we had to cover with the tarp up in the storage.
but you know, just some of my crazy headaches that I have too is like trying to keep my employees healthy and not hurt, and my husband healthy and not hurt. That didn't work for my husband. And then I saw a post on Facebook this morning of Michael trying to jump over a chair. You know, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, I want to kill him. I'm like, you know, he is our only project manager right now because Paul project manages too. Well, he can't project manage right now. And so Michael's over here trying to jump over chairs and posting it on Facebook. So I'm looking at it this morning and I'm going, no, Michael.
I got out the way. The chair one.
The chair one.
For sure.
I'm going to have to look at this video.
Yeah, it's on his story. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, oh gosh.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that gets a heart attack.
When he first started working here, he just hurt his arm too. You hurt your shoulder
My
just like
shoulder,
Paul
yeah.
did. And so I'm like,
Playing softball too, like ball, right?
Yep.
Yep,
Well, I
playing
fell off a
softball.
scooter and then I went to go play the game after
Yeah.
I did. And
I don't
made
think
it
he
worse.
didn't hurt it as
Thought
bad as
softball
Paul
is such
did.
a
but
dangerous sport.
You wouldn't think. You wouldn't
Guys are
think
getting
that.
injured like they're in the NFL and they're playing softball for a church.
for free.
For free.
We getting
for
hurt for
church.
free and then paying thousands of dollars because we got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I used to do hurdles, and the difference between doing
chair
hurdles
hurdle?
in high school
Sure.
and 37 years old, and and it was one of those little beach chairs, and I couldn't get over it.
You know, you definitely do realize, you know, like your body does age faster than your mind.
Yeah.
And that's very true for us guys. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff where I used to do that all the time. But then you realize how much longer it takes you to recover.
I gotta send you the clip.
Oh.
Cue clip. The clip will be right here somewhere.
Yeah. So like I had to worry about Christian and his back because last year, was it last year that you
Last
threw
year?
out your back?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, you threw out your back when you were
Legit,
on the job.
it was
Just lifting shingles.
the dumbest thing in the world. I used to be able to throw 2-3 bundles of shingles on my shoulder, go up the ladder, hand it
Yeah.
to the guys, no issue. Now I've gotten older and I'm legit at the supply house returning some shingles we didn't need anymore.
Listen,
And I lifted 1 bundle.
what is that show? What is that show
Leg
where?
numb.
What is that show they called? Where they show people doing stupid stuff? Like what is that? It's like
Is
an
it funniest home
MTV?
videos?
No, not funniest home
Oh,
videos.
Ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a female doing any of that stuff?
9 times out of 10, no.
No,
Yeah.
no. So
Usually
this is why I'm 54 and I'm in better shape than all of these guys. So they're all going to be out of commission.
Hey.
It's going to be me lifting the shingles up and down, me being at the job site, and
Round
these
is a
guys are
shape.
all going to be here answering.
Listen, round is a shape. Okay.
I don't have a
That is
dad
true.
bod. I have a father figure.
There you go. There you go. I'm still rocking the dad body. That's just
So, just women in general, and I am bad. I'm a dude in certain ways. Like I try to do stuff, but women in general take better care of themselves than guys
that's why
do.
y'all live longer than us.
Yeah.
I mean, we like to have fun. I mean, you bring it back to when I was younger. We used to we'd go out on the dirt bikes and the quads and have fun. And me and my
I did
buddies,
that.
Well, all right. This is where it gets okay. You boys are definitely dumber than us girls because you would have thought of it's an afterthought for us.
Yeah.
And we thought so. A buddy of mine, his father owned an electrical company up there, and they owned the property and the whole cul-de-sac.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to make sure he had no neighbors. So he bought the whole cul-de-sac. So they built their house on one side, and on the other side is where we would have our bonfires, ride the quads and the dirt bikes and whatnot. So they had built a track out there, and then throughout the years, like as we all got older, we made adjustments to the tracks, put little jumps. So we're like, as we're getting older, we're like, we need bigger jumps. We need to have fun with this. So we built the jump and we made it bigger, and we're like, but we made sure the jump was chef's kiss, beautiful. We never thought about where we would land after we went off the jump. And we figured that out the day we went off, and the picture is on my Facebook of when I'm going off this jump. And if everybody knew the backstory of what happened when I went off that jump, it was I went off of this thing and I came around that corner going mock Jesus. And I hit this jump. And then I realized I'm going to overshoot the turn and I'm going into the woods. And sure enough, that's what happened. I overshot this turn, went into the woods. I fell off. Luckily, I didn't get hurt, but we were laughing. Then it was not just the jump. How can I manage to turn while I'm in the air to land it right to keep going? Needless to say, it didn't work out well for any of us, and we were told to bring that jump down a little bit.
I rode dirt bikes. I'm sure you did, Steph. I know you. I
I
rode dirt bikes.
bikes.
I'm a mountain girl. We rode dirt bikes. Whoops, I touched my mic again. So sorry.
Every time. Every episode, I always have to make sure I do some extra editing on the audio because Lisa's doing something with her mic.
Very active with my hands.
I think she was
Reminds me
Italian.
of was it Talladega Nights? He was like,
Don't know what to do with my hands."
just keep your hands down.
Carl was handling real good.
On the next podcast, you're going to see they're going to have my hands duct taped to my
She'll be
legs.
taped to the seat, not going anywhere.
But I'm a mountain girl. We barefoot everywhere. I never wore shoes as a kid. We rode dirt bikes barefoot. I drove
never did
my
that.
grandfather's stick shift truck, 1960s green truck.
For all you youngsters out there, you used to actually have to change the gears yourself
Yeah.
in the vehicle.
I took my
You didn't just put it
driver's
in drive and
test in a stick shift.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I took my driver's test in a stick shift, and that's how I learned to drive. With a
I
stick
learned
shift.
to drive stick shift too because you could only steal stick shift because
You can pop start it.
you could pop start them.
How to be a criminal 101 with Michael.
This is the angel side. This is the devil side.
See,
but
when I got my license, so I was able to drive stick shift. My first vehicle was a stick. But
Mine too.
when you took the test in Connecticut, you were allowed to do it with a stick, but they just told you right off rip, if you stall, you fail.
You fail.
yeah,
You don't get, whatever. So my mom was like, you know what, let's use my Impala
yeah.
because it'll just be easier, breathe. She's like, I know
Yeah.
you know how to drive stick, but anything could freaking happen.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we took her. My mother, I don't know if you call this cheating, but we get out of the Impala. She goes, oh, hold on a second. She puts her badge right in the center console. So when I get in with with the inspector, the DMV person that's going to be giving me the test. She gets in and she looks down and she goes, "Oh, your parent." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my mom." She goes, "Okay." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding
Intimidation
it."
factor.
Pretty much, yeah. So then we get back in there. So my mom was like, "Listen, while you go do your test," she's like, "I'm gonna go stand in line because we were
Yeah.
gonna register my car, get that all set." And then we come back and she's like, "Oh yeah, you passed flying colors. Beautiful job." I'm like, "Oh, awesome, cool."
Yeah.
And mind you, I am a good driver anyways, but we had this little bit of an edge with my mom's badge being right there. And she goes, "Oh, where's your mom?" I'm like, "Oh, she's standing over there in line to register my car." She goes, "Oh no, tell her to come over here." I'm like, "I'm not, no, she's been sitting in that line forever." She's like, No, it's okay." So she takes my mom out of line, and where I got my license, she just had that person do my license, the registration, and everything for my car. From the time we walked into the DMV to the time we left, we were only in there about 45 minutes.
And back then, that was like golden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Mm.
DMV
That was when you were standing in
early
line for 3-4 hours.
were,
Yeah.
it was a 6-hour, it was an all day thing. You just called out of work
Yeah.
and you went to register your car. Now you can make an appointment, you do most of the
Right.
stuff
Not
online,
fair.
but
It's
it was
not fair.
like, all right, you tell your job, hey, I got an appointment at the DMV, and they're like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
youngsters, we walked so you can run.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
went to school in blizzards.
Uphill.
Now you
both
see
ways.
a little flurry up north
Oh,
in
yeah.
Connecticut, or maybe there's a chance of snow and they're canceling school. I used to walk to school in 3 feet of snow
Yeah.
in 4th grade.
And we were excited to get a 90-minute delay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
the
we got a
delays were
90-minute
amazing.
delay. We were like, yeah.
And we would have to wait. And if you missed your school on the TV, you had to wait till it went all the way back because we would watch the TV guide.
Now, what I thought the best part for us was my dad was one of the top bus drivers in the town. He had worked for them forever, so he was one of the people that actually was part of making that decision whether to cancel school or not. So damn sure, I'm texting my dad, I'm like, "So you gonna tell him we're not going to school, right?" He's like, "No, you're going. It's
You're
still
going.
safe for the bus to go." I'm like, "You sure? That did look a little slippery." He's like, "Get dressed. You're going to school." I'm like, damn it. I try. I mean, there's sometimes I think I was able to get through to him, but
Georgia didn't have that problem, but
Oh yeah, we get ice,
not blizzards. So
but we would get ice. Though it would snow and everything would be
black ice. Yeah.
you know, because
Gloss.
it's
That's
black
worse.
ice. Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
and it's so funny because people up north would come down and they would just be snarky and be like, "It's not a lot of snow," and they're the ones that would get out and wreck, and then the whole highway would be like, closed down, and then. It doesn't happen that often, so you don't have the ice trucks that just go out.
Yeah.
They didn't invest the money and stuff like that. I
Rain
think they
scares
have
me.
more of it now.
that freezing rain.
No, rain scares me. Like the
Really?
Florida thunderstorms
Oh,
where you
really?
can't see in front of you.
Yeah.
And then you're on the highway and it's just
Oh,
I will go 20 miles an hour on the
that
highway.
stuff doesn't really frighten me that much. But Paul gets scared in the rain because his when he was a paramedic, the driver, his partner, was driving and they were in a rainstorm and they were trying to get a patient to a hospital in Atlanta,
Like that one they.
and somebody cut them off and they flipped the ambulance, and so he was checking on the patient and texting me at the same time, and
And
he
all of a
texted
sudden-
me, he's like, "Hey, we just flipped the truck," and I'm like freaking out, and then I couldn't get a hold of him, and found out he went to Atlanta Medical and he had like cut open,
Wow.
and
Busted.
the patient was like, something heavy fell on me. It was Paul.
It was Paul.
It was
It
Paul.
Paul.
That's funny.
Because she didn't know what it was, because it was but Paul just got flipped around
Like
in
he was
there.
in a dryer.
What scares you? Comment when
Yeah.
you watch this. What scares you? 4th of July scares me.
4th of
The
July for
loud noises.
the fireworks.
Like from Bridgeport. You think they're gunshots.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Bridget, well, I'm from New Haven, but yeah, it's the same
Oh,
thing.
gun wave in New Haven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gun
Pistol
wave
wave in
in
New
New
Haven.
Pistol wave
Is
in
what
New
they call it.
Haven.
It's pistol wave in New Haven. So Bridget was I forgot I said something stupid that not upset her, but kind of annoyed her this weekend. And she goes, "Wait till 4th of July comes around. I'm gonna put firecrackers right in your ear." She knows I'm afraid of the
Wow.
fireworks. I like watching them,
Yeah.
but we went to a friend's house who was just overly. He's
Into
just,
fireworks.
everything is super. He has to do everything. The music in his car, like his back seat, you can't get in because it's full of speakers. And just 4th of July, he's right there in his yard, the biggest fireworks, and I'm sitting there like, oh, oh. And Bridget last year was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "The noises scare me. The sudden noises, the pops. It's because of you heard a pop back in the day where I grew up. Somebody was shooting.
That's your nervous system. Yeah,
PTSD for sure.
Been triggered. Yeah, I just worry about the fireworks for the horses and the animals. So that's just what worries me.
Everyone's worried about the dogs. I'm worried about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been told by my neighbors I put on a better show than half the towns in the area.
I like to do it. But it's one at a time for me.
Yeah.
I go all out because, I mean, they always do 4th of July comes, they're doing the buy one, get one deal.
I don't know if you ever heard of the New Haven show. There's a guy whose son died. And ever since then, he does a show in memory of his son. But it's in this hugely residential area.
Oh, wow.
So he just goes in front of like a busy traffic light, starts lighting up, and he's like, it's like pyrotechnic stuff where all the PVC pipes and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, how are you getting this? Right. Yeah. Second of all, why has
we all did out there? When you drive up to New Hampshire, you get it.
That's
people
one thing
come
I wish was
from
illegal.
all over the state now to see it, and it's in the middle of the hood.
Yeah.
They're stopping. The cops eventually just block the street off, and they know it's going to happen, and everyone just walks over there.
Just let it happen.
Fireworks scare me in the sense that other people don't know what they're doing with them is what I don't like, because when it was not last year, I think it was 2 years ago. No, it might have been last year because we haven't been in the house that long. How long have we been in the house? This will be 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, our neighbors were shooting off fireworks, and then a couple of days later, they were shooting off fireworks again. So we have our property, if you're looking at it, then there's the horse property right next to it. And then there's a bunch of flag lots right over there. So you have a house, a house, a house, a house. And so this one house, not next to us, not in the horse barn, but beside the horse barn, they were shooting off fireworks in the middle of the day. And it had not been raining and it was dry. Do you remember it caught the pasture on fire?
Yeah, yep.
It caught the pasture on fire. So I'm calling the horse barn owner and I'm like, "Your pasture's on fire."
Yep.
It's close to our barn. It was in the back. And so the police or the fire truck had to come out. And then Paul is telling them, "You're going to need a field fire truck."
Yeah.
So he knew it because he used to be a firefighter, paramedic. So he knew exactly. So what do they bring? They bring the regular fire truck. Yeah, the engine that they couldn't even get the hose back there. So I don't even remember what they had to do, but they finally got it
like
out.
The water already in it.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well, there's obviously multiple different tools for the job. So they sent an engine, which most engines you're looking anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 gallons of water. The problem is though, they're not made to go off-road back into the field.
Okay.
So, and it was pretty far back because it's kind of like you had to go back. It's 5 acres, and it was at the back of the 5 acres.
So most of the time, a fire department, especially around here, different more rural areas, they'll have a forestry unit, which 9 times out of 10 is like an old military deuce and a half. And
they have one right down the street from us.
Yeah. They have Forestry 44 right down the street from you. So something like that, like you could run over trees and those things won't care. And they can get right up there on top of it and be able to take it out. But they got it eventually. I think what they had to do was they strapped on the Indian packs, and which is basically a water-filled backpack.
Yeah.
It's a super soaker from hell. It's cool. They fill water and then they could just pump and get by.
So that's what scares me is fire, because when I was 16, my grandparents' house burnt down, and I was living with them temporarily at the time. And my prom dress was in the house, and it was almost time for prom. My prom dress got burned up. I didn't go
Oh,
to
no.
prom because I went to the gym. My grandparents were off at like a Mesa meeting, I think it was. They were gone, a Mason Eastern Star meeting. And so I had gone to the gym, went to the gym, and it had been raining and lightning struck the house and caught the house on fire. Everything burned down. Everything.
Yeah, no, fire, it definitely.
So I have PTSD when there's storms. If I'm not home, like that's the great thing about Ring cameras, because if you have the Ring camera, you can check and make sure everything's okay. But if I'm not home, I'm worried that something.
If she knows I'm home, it's a phone call to me.
I think
"Hey,
your
go
property
check."
is a little big for a Ring camera.
What's that?
I think your property is a little too big just to check
Well,
on a
we
Ring
don't
camera.
we've got the,
Unless your Ring camera walks.
we got several Ring cameras.
Okay.
We have several Ring cameras, and then we have the field cameras in the
field,
back.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we see the coyotes and the foxes.
I keep
the
forgetting Ring isn't
bobcats.
just a doorbell anymore.
Yeah,
They're like Ring cameras are now like a
Yeah,
camera
Yeah, they're
system.
everywhere. But
Yeah.
see, we've got the Ring cameras. Although they're not charged, because I did tell Paul I needed a Ring camera on him when I'm not there, because I was working on Saturday doing inspections, and I kept calling him, he wouldn't answer, and I'm like, "Are you up moving?" Because I have gotten onto him so much. He's taken off his strap. He's up moving. He's doing stuff he's not
Like I
supposed to
said,
be
when
doing.
you sent that text and you're like, we got to make sure, I'm like, this is going to be like caging
Yeah.
a wild mountain lion.
It is true.
Because
He
he's
doesn't
like me.
like to
He's
sit
got to
still.
move. Like,
He does not like to sit still. Is one thing that I told him. I said, God is trying to teach you that you need to sit still and be quiet. And so this is, he had to hurt your arm, and he's going to hurt the other one. And then I'm going to break the other two legs if you don't quit. So.
Needless to say, if Paul dies, it wasn't an accident. Just going to take him out.
What is that Paul saying? I'm not suicidal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Don't worry. Everything's okay up here.
I would never do that. So
Well, my wife makes a joke all the time that like easiest way to take me out is
strawberries.
Strawberries. I am highly allergic. We can't even keep strawberries in my house because that's how allergic it. Any cross contamination, that's it. Done forever box for me. And my wife, well, kind of like I was saying this weekend, we went and got her new pew pew, and my brother was like, "You guys just got in an argument like 20 minutes ago. Are you sure? What are you doing?" And she goes, no. She's like, "Don't worry, John. Like, if I wanted to take him out, it wouldn't be with that. It would be with a strawberry, and that legit. It would literally be the kiss of death. She would just have to eat the strawberry and then give me a kiss, and then night. You go.
No EpiPen? You got no EpiPen?
Oh, I got EpiPens. But if she eats, so the proteins that I'm allergic to in the strawberry will stay in somebody's saliva for up to 24 hours. So she could eat a strawberry like the night before, and then good morning kiss, me not even realize it.
Kiss of death.
Kiss of death. That's it. I'm gone. So even for me, everybody, if I die, it wasn't an accident. I will get taken out quick.
I had a good weekend. Besides, I had crazy headaches, but I kind of think we kind of pushed through our crazy headaches. It's really good to push. I know I always bring it back to scripture, but in scripture, James says that even through the trials, consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And I think that I'm kind of, we were able to kind of persevere through our trials this weekend, and from, hanging out to watching a movie to going to eat. I don't remember what we ate. I know she paid though. Oh, it was Red Lobster. Yeah. Then, Disney Springs.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of free stuff. Like, there's so many things you can do that are free.
There are a lot
and
of things
enjoy.
that you can do. And Disney Springs is really cool because you just walk around and it's almost like you're at Disney and you're just not paying the high price. Of course, the food is a little pricey, but there's things that you can do in there that you can.
Oh, yeah.
We had, all we did there was drink a smoothie.
Yeah.
And then we waited until after to eat.
Yeah.
And we went to Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Nice.
They got their Lobster Fest going on right now.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. I know, You're from Connecticut, so you probably love Maine lobster.
Yeah, but I refuse to go to Red Lobster.
It's
After
not
being where
real.
we're from, yeah, after being where I'm like, I can't. I'm going back. I'll be back up there next week, the week after.
Yeah.
I haven't
So-
found any good places down here that
I'm-
I'm really
like
surprised.
seafood?
Like not in this area. I love
I
seafood,
love seafood too.
but I
Bridget
have
doesn't do
not
seafood.
found many places
Go-
around here that
I-
have good seafood.
Good Riches up in Oak Hill. It's a small place just right there off the water.
If you go to to Panama
there-
City, or if you go to the West Coast, there's a lot of good
I'm
places.
driving 6 hours to go to Panama City.
Well, I mean, let's
like blue
road
crab?
trip. Yeah, I like any kind of seafood.
Man, over on US one,
Except for
the
octopus.
problem is it's in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So it's a little far near downtown Melbourne.
That's
there's
not too
there's
far.
Okay, Melbourne's
place.
not far.
Melbourne's
They
not
they
far.
they sell the blue crab. You could buy it live.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. We should do a boil one day.
yeah.
Blue crab and
don't wanna buy it
crawfish
live, though.
broil. Yeah, live.
No,
So I bought
You
it
don't want to
live.
hear it scream as it goes on the
No.
water?
It's called Blue Crab Company
No.
or Coastal Crab Company.
yeah.
The best hidden gem. I just drooled. The best hidden
That's
gem.
how good it is. He's already drooling.
So yes,
in Melbourne.
for the longest time, I was a vegetarian. I did not eat any meat
All right,
at
shutting
all.
off this podcast.
So I didn't eat meat. I did not want to kill any animals. I mean, like I'm still kind of that way, but I've kind of accepted it a little bit, And I'm eating for protein. As a woman gets older, she kind of needs it, and the plant protein's just not quite enough. But yeah, I wouldn't even kill a bug. Like I still don't even kill spiders. I get them and I take them
Burn 'em.
outside.
I see a spider, burn the house down.
Yeah,
That's
no.
it. Done.
No,
I ain't dealing with them.
We're gonna go to different restaurants. Talk about their crazy head, because that's something I've been wanting to do. Remember, go
Yeah.
talk to restaurant
We
owners.
do need
once
to
a
do
week.
that.
When
Well,
we
we
can
already
go
talked
live,
about that.
Crazy Headaches podcast is gonna pop up on some businesses.
It should be soon.
And
I
talking
think
about
probably another 5 days, Facebook will allow us to go live. So once we can go live,
We'll do some
we'll do more
outings.
Crazy
Yeah.
Headaches on the
Yeah.
road. And
yeah, that way we could bring the podcast to the people and kind of learn more, because everyone doesn't always have time to come sit in this little
No.
office
No.
with us. So
there is one person I'm trying to work on. I mean, well, I already
I've got
have
a couple of people.
I already have the deputy mayor of Cocoa on board to come on.
I
It's just-
have a vet project whenever
Yeah.
I can coordinate something with them.
Yeah, we got to work with their schedule, the deputy mayor's schedule, and I have sent an email to the sheriff.
Yeah.
So I want to try and get the sheriff on because I'm sure there's plenty of headaches he's got to deal with.
And a really
Oh.
good friend of mine who owns Rockbox, he's also a DJ. Very inspirational person
There
as
you go.
well. He
Can you
agreed to
get us
come on.
free memberships to Rockbox?
I don't know that he'll give us free memberships.
Alex,
but-
Alex would be a good person to bring on too.
Who?
The Paul's coach, one of Paul's coaches. He has an IT
Oh, yeah.
company. He's also an amazing guy. He has
Yeah.
like 60 group of men who meet once a month and eat.
Yeah.
Actually, I got to bring Paul with me to one of those.
Yeah.
We went to Taco Dive last time.
Oh, nice.
And you're just sitting there. There's 40 dudes.
Was that the one that
just
you
eating.
posted on? And
Yeah.
there was a lot of praying and everything
Yeah.
going on. Yeah, that's really cool.
40 dudes just hanging out, uplifting each other, and
Yeah,
kind of
that's pretty
pretty
cool.
cool. But he
Yeah.
has an IT company.
Mhm.
So that would be a crazy headache, I bet. Going to people's houses. He does like security and makes your home into
Yeah.
a smart home and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
that would be cool.
Which I did that with my house. For the longest time, I was completely against the Alexas and Echoes, all that stuff.
I am against. I don't have that stuff.
But
in my
here's the
house.
thing, like, and somebody made the point to me. I'm like, yeah, crap, you're right. Anyways, like, my thing's like, no, they're listening to. They're like, you got your phone on you all the time. They're doing
You're
it anyways.
hooked up to your TVs. I read that. Like your TVs are hooked up to your Bluetooth. If you have a camera on your TV,
Yeah.
anybody can hack into that
Yeah,
stuff.
so me, I have fun with it now, and I put Alexas in each room. And now, if somebody decides to
You're a prankster, though.
bust in, all right, it's happened before in the past. That's a whole different story. But somebody decides to bust in. All I have to say is Alexa, intruders, and all of a sudden, all the lights in my house turn a dim red. Fortunate Son starts playing,
Oh my
and then you're probably gonna get a fat redneck in his boxers running at you with a shotgun. So either way, have fun with it, people. Do whatever you want to do with Alexa because it will let you. Do it.
Okay.
Mike's
Usa.
like, I'm holding back on that one.
I've experienced intruders before. Yeah, I still don't know to this day who it was, but we were home one day. All of a sudden, you hear pow, 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 pow,
Oh,
and you
wow.
could hear the bullets going through the
Is
walls.
that Connecticut? Or?
Yeah, and my sister was sleeping at the time, and her bed got hit 3 inches from her head.
Oh my God.
She was laying her
That's
head.
scary.
There must have been about 50 bullets that came
I
through.
could see where you'd have
And
PTSD for noise.
We
like
all
that.
Right.
just got on the floor just until it stopped. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, people think Connecticut's that. A lot of people think Connecticut. They think of the rich people on the shoreline wearing the boat
Greenwich
shoes and Abercrombie and Fitch and all that stuff. But man, it's that's where my situation happened too. Was up in Connecticut. I mean, I had a home intruder and I did the American thing and threw some freedom seeds at them, and they tried to come at me. I mean, luckily, I had a good lawyer and it all got worked out. But man, I shouldn't have had to go through that because I did everything within the law. But
well, see, I grew up
Connecticut
in
protects the bad
rural
guys.
Georgia. Say that, rural Georgia.
Rural.
rural Georgia. In the mountains, and then even like, yeah, nobody came. Most everybody had lots of property. Nobody came down your house because everybody had guns.
Everybody got a gun.
Everybody
That's
got
why
a gun.
I said when I moved to Florida, everybody's got a gun.
Yeah, and
Pew
you know,
pew pew. Sorry, YouTube. Pew, pew.
If you came to the property, there's plenty of places to hide a body. So nobody came down there. Nobody came. Where my grandparents lived used to be where there's lots of Indian mounds there. So was like Indian property. So there was a lot of people that were afraid of, the spirits of the Indians and things like that. So you never had people come around those areas, and mountain folk are just different. They're just different.
Mountain folk.
Mountain folk are just different. They
mess with somebody from the holler and watch what happens.
You have family compounds, like, where my grandparents were, all the brothers and sisters and cousins and everything, everybody lived together. So if anybody new came in that you didn't know, everybody knew.
Oh yeah. They know when there's an outsider.
There was no cell phones at the time when I was growing up, but everybody knew
smacking
somehow.
Some sticks together, and all of a sudden,
it's like start making some kind of coyote noises. I don't remember how we did it, but it's been so long. But everybody
word
knew.
did spread fast.
We had phones, but the dial phones, the rotary phones. I broke up with my first boyfriend. He broke up with me on a rotary phone.
Oh man.
A rotary
sad.
phone. Man, I remember those.
So
you used to walk around with the phone all over the house. Your parents would get the really long cord.
I had the long cord. I had to take the phone into the bathroom because he was breaking up with me, and I was in the bathroom crying because
I remember we had the phone in the hallway where the cord was. So if you were on the phone with your friends, like you grab a kitchen chair, slide it over, you're sitting in the hallway talking on the phone. I mean, I remember so many times when I was younger, like prank phone calls with my buddy. Like, yeah, we did that back then. We would sit there and do prank phone calls. I mean, we'd call hotels and ask how many people could fit in the room, and they'd be like, "Oh, 4 people." And we're like, "Cool." If we had like 8 little people, because they're like half a person, could we put 8 in one room? And we'd do stuff like that. It was so fun.
That is
prank calls. Remember those?
No, and then you couldn't get a hold of anybody because most everybody was out, and so you couldn't get a hold of anybody until everybody got home.
And then beepers came along.
Yeah, I remember the beepers. I don't think I don't even remember if I had a beeper. I think the first cell phone I had was a Nextel, and that was from work.
I had a beeper.
I had a Nextel from work.
The 911, or you would beep someone, page someone, and put 80085.
Yep, boobs.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
There was a guy portion of the podcast.
A crazy headache I'm having right now is I'm trying to work too while I'm doing the podcast.
Yeah, I'm getting blown up too.
Yeah.
That's a different. Michael is being subtle. I'm just gonna say it. I'm the unhinged out of pocket one. I'm sorry. I've still been very good though.
Yeah.
Very good. This is the most edited I am every week. Because trust me, after that camera goes off, it's a whole different story.
But that's just, and I think like what you were saying about the weekend, I worked on Saturday, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of inspections because Michael's been doing them or Tim's been doing them. And, so this weekend, Tim had asked me to come out to a commercial roof, and I went out and looked. And I remember how much I like doing inspections. I like being out in the field. So we had fun. And I did a live. Did you see my live?
No.
Or well, it wasn't really a live, but I did a video and posted it.
At
on top of the commercial roof. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw it? Yeah. So I didn't show my face, but I was just trying to show like what I do during the inspection and what I'm looking for. Because like what I was trying to get at is we're really trying to educate people on the roof maintenance programs right now. And so I was just trying to show, hey, this is what happens when you don't have a roof maintenance. Like if you get roof maintenance, you have us come out twice a year and we're keeping an eye on it.
You maintenance your car to keep it going.
Right.
You're going to maintenance your
car,
house.
your AC, a lot of other things. So, but I was just trying to show the importance of that because this roof could, if they had a roof maintenance person that came out there twice a month or twice a year, they
could have been preventative.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can do twice a month. That's going to cost you a lot of money.
If you want, give us a call.
I'm more than happy.
But yeah, I mean, that's definitely...
but that was enjoyable. I always enjoy being out with Tim when you go out on an inspection because Tim's just a great guy. He's just...
That's definitely one... Love Tim, but I watch what I say because I don't want to... Tim's such a good guy.
So
he's so
good.
He's genuine. I'm like, I got to be good. Because there's some comments that I'll make where completely unhinged.
Not to say I talked to Tim. Tim's had his moments in life.
Absolutely.
He's just in a different place. But we had to climb. It was the straight up ladder. Those things always unnerved me, but it had a cage on it. So we had to climb up it. And I'm like, oh gosh, my muscles. I haven't used these muscles in a while. It's like climbing all the way up to the top.
Was it 2 years ago when we did that emergency repair at the Chipotle down?
Oh yeah. You and Marlon, who else was it? Harrison went, I think.
I think Harrison, something like that. Yeah. We had to run up there
and that was one of the straight up ladders.
The guys refused to go up that ladder. They pulled up their own ladder. I'm like, So I went up that straight ladder and I just waited for them there. I'm like, what? They're like, oh no, it's too straight. I'm like, but there's a cage around it. Like,
the cage made it like feel a little.
When
bit
there's
of
no cage, you know what? I don't blame you.
But it was a long way up, climbing straight up, because you have to use your arm muscles and your leg muscles. I
got to work at my job.
I got to work and then get up there. But, that was good. I miss getting out and doing inspections. I need to do it once a week. But work's been so crazy. Right now, everybody's slow and trying to catch up. And so I'm just trying to.
We got a lot in the pipeline. We just got to wait for them to drop that flag so we can just go.
Yeah. Because it's stressful. There's goods and bad with being a business owner. It's good, because you can set your own schedule, but it's bad because you can't really set your own schedule. You work all the time. That's your schedule, but it's on your own time. But then you have the burden of just making sure that business stays open and, worrying about just everything.
Well, and there's that back end stuff. Like when I started with you guys, like I was just the project manager. I went out there and
you didn't see all the.
But now that I'm in the position I am now with you guys, and I'm kind of in the dirt there with you, seeing that, I'm like, holy crap! Like the different back end stuff that you don't think about before, and that's where I'm like. I mean, some people think I'm just sitting here in the office all that. Like the crews will joke around like, oh, you're getting your nails done in your office, this and that. And I'm like, no, I'm making sure that you have a roof to do.
Yeah.
Like you got Tori's doing the permitting and stuff. You're doing what you need to do. And then I'm on the other end of sliding in those pieces in between it
Yeah.
to make sure. So there's so much that
Like,
anybody who thinks I'm just going to be a business owner because it's going to be easier, just quit now. Don't do it, because you are going to fail so quick if you think owning a business, you're going to be able to sit back, kick your feet up, and relax, because it ain't happening.
well,
we were talking about a side hustle this weekend.
mhm.
Maybe doing like a little food truck and do events only. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you got right now, summer's getting ready to kick off. So the Wickham Park stuff is gonna be booming.
Food trucks
all the-
are a pretty good thing, I
Yeah.
think.
So that's something
Yeah.
me and Bridget are talking about
Yeah.
for sure. I think it'd be amazing. She finally got a job where she's like mainly remote.
Yeah.
So and then
Yeah.
the weekends,
Yeah.
that's when most of the festivals are, is the weekends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, but if there is something during the week, she can man the truck.
Yeah.
No problem while I work, because she could work right from the
Mhm.
truck. You
Yeah.
know?
What kind of food would you have?
I got to put a little Latin flavor on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm good with that.
Empanadas.
Rice and
Oh,
beans.
that's good. I love that.
It's
Latin
hard
food,
to sell
I
rice and
love
beans out of a
Latin food.
truck, but
Yeah.
like sandwiches, like
Figured out,
Cubano
'cause I'll buy the hell out of
sandwiches.
that if you got.
But
That's like that truck that sells the tacos right there on 520 in Clear Lake. We
Oh,
we
yeah.
go there. and
you
get
guys
tacos.
saw me there.
Yeah, we saw
on
you
the
there.
weekend,
We
yeah.
get tacos for the guys there all the time. We
They know
always
us by
have.
name.
Yeah.
I felt bad because they had, I think it was their niece, or she kept saying Tia, so she was calling the lady aunt. But she ain't no math. I ordered like 6 steak tacos, 3 chicken tacos, 2 drinks, and then I ordered my son some, and she charged me $16. And I was like, I asked, my conscience was there. I said, hey, I just want to double check. You got 6 steak tacos,
Uh-huh.
and I'm doing the math, and I'm like,
Math ain't math.
the math
Yeah.
ain't math. It's way off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's the
Isn't it
total
like, what,
again? And you
$3
got
per
this.
taco?
Can you repeat my
Something like
order
that?
back to me?
Yeah, I think they charge like $3
It's
per taco.
$3.50 a taco.
$3.50
Yeah.
per taco.
And so I was like, repeat my order back to me and the price. And she was like, yeah. I was like, 16. And she was like, yeah. Okay. Here you go. I paid $16 for like 9 tacos, 3
Oh,
drinks, and
wow.
a soup.
They're
Highway
always really
robbery.
good, and they only do soup on certain days
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that. I mean, I guess they let you know they only do soup certain days because that's probably hard
And
to
they're
do
open
in that
late.
truck.
Well, and
Yeah.
some things like it's simple
They do a
stuff
lot
like
of Christian
that.
stuff too.
Yeah, they have a Bible verse on there.
Mhm. And they have like they'll have a Christian band come out there sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah, but they keep it simple. They
Yeah.
know what they're good at, and that's what they do. And like, I watch a lot of different like Gordon Ramsay shows,
Yeah.
and that's what he said. He's like, you get some of these restaurants where they got this big menu and it's confusing.
Yeah.
He's like, but there's so many restaurants that go so much further and are so more successful. And he even mentions food trucks.
Yeah,
He goes, once they find their niche,
yeah,
and he's like, they could only have 4 things on the menu or even 2 things on the menu, but they are selling like crazy and they're making money because
yeah.
that's what they're good at. And that's what people are going there for. So, I mean, they got it down over there because everybody
The places
goes over
that
there.
offer the least amount of stuff, I think, have the less amount of stress. And
Oh,
are
the inventory is less.
successful.
Let me tell you why Mexican restaurants never close. It's because they got 6 ingredients,
Yeah.
6 to 8 ingredients, and
Yeah.
all they do is make it different. A taco is a
Tortilla?
tortilla with meat and veggies.
And now I'll put one
quesadilla.
correction to that. That's why the local family-owned Mexican restaurants,
Yeah.
Right.
those corporate ones.
Oh
you'll see
yeah,
them
I'm not
come and
talking
go.
about like
Yeah, we're not talking
Chipotle
about that.
and
Yeah.
Tijuana. I'm talking about
Like
locally
a
owned.
family-owned,
But
yeah.
A burrito is a tortilla with meat, beans, rice.
It's
Yeah.
just made different.
Yeah, you order tacos, you get beans, rice with it, and it's
Yeah.
and it's a little tortilla. A quesadilla is 2 tortillas, grilled with cheese and meat in the middle. Everything the same.
Yeah.
It's the same ingredients, 12 different ways.
Well, like Mexico Grill on Clear Lake.
Yeah.
Them, like, they even make their own tortilla chips
Mhm.
because even that's one ingredient that they use for so many other things.
I like
where
Mexico
they just
Grill.
cut up their own tortillas and
Mhm.
fry them, and they make their own. So I mean,
Yeah.
they make sure they use the same ingredients. And you're right. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind of
that
like
works.
8
good.
ingredients,
The 4
12
chords.
different ways.
Yeah. And it tastes different each way they do it. Even though it's the same damn ingredients, I don't know how they do it, but I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to keep giving them my business because it's damn good.
I think it works. That works that way across all businesses too. You know, I think even like in the roofing. But I like to listen to Myron Golden. Have you ever heard him? So he is this guy went from broke. He'll tell you, I went from broke, you know, having peanut butter sandwiches or whatever, being able to pay the bills, but not enough to go out and do things, to making millions of dollars, to being dead broke, losing all that, and being like millions of dollars in debt. And he talks about how he learned some lessons along the way. So that's why I like to listen to him, because
I'd say that's learning a lesson.
as a business owner, one thing that makes me a good business owner is I've never been afraid to fail. Never been afraid to fail at anything, but yet always strive to make. So like in college, I made 4.0 grade point average. I want to be, and I've learned to not be perfect all the time. You know, that's things I've learned over time. In my 30s and 40s, I had to be perfect. You know, it's like I wanted to just be perfect at everything. But I'm never afraid to take risks. I've always been like, hey, I'll take. Paul gets scared about taking risks. He's getting better, but I've never been afraid to take a risk. And that's, to be a business owner, you have to be able to take a risk, because when you become a business owner, you're putting everything on the line basically. And if you fail, and if you're just like, for you and Bridget, it's just you and Bridget, you don't have employees, it's not the same. But when you have employees, they depend on you. They depend on the paycheck. And then if you fail, then you're failing for them. So that brings a different level of fear or crazy headache. It raises the stakes. And it's something that keeps me up at night, you know, and those are kind of things that I just, you know, worry and don't want to fail in that sense. But watching him, and it made me feel a little bit at ease, because he was talking about how he just lost everything. He was like $1 million, and he was lost everything, and then he started back. And he was just saying he learned something is like, you got to start simple. Just one offer. You just have to have one offer. You don't want to have 10 different offers. You just want to have one offer. And you just want to fix one problem. When you try to fix 10 problems, that's when you fail and when you don't succeed. But when you try to fix one problem, that's when you're going to have several people that need that one problem fixed. So you fix that one problem for $97. Let's just say that one problem for $97. And then you have 1,000 people that need that problem fixed. But when you're trying to fix 10 problems, you're focusing on this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. You're not able to. And in roofing, as stuff somewhere, and in roofing, one thing, when we just offered shingle roofs, it was just really easy, you know. But then when you get a lot of the competitors, you're like, okay, I've got to start adding this and adding that. When you expand in any business, that's when you're at the make or break it, because you have to be able to handle that overflow of different types of projects, and then more people, and then more money going out, sometimes more money coming in, but sometimes more money going out than comes in. So you have to deal with that. So those things are crazy headaches that you have to deal with.
Well, it's kind of like we were talking about too, like when we have to focus on certain things and not a whole huge thing, like we were saying, like, we would rather go for that one job that's going to pay us the $10,000 than the 10 jobs that's going to pay us $1,000, because that's when you risk having a higher chance of more problems. So we want to try and focus on that one thing at a time, instead of trying to separate ourselves between 10 different things, where we're all humans. Like, something could miss here or there, whatever. It happens. But if we can mitigate that issue, let's mitigate it.
But what I found, though, is sometimes the people that you try to help the most,
they're the ones that are going to mess you over.
Those are the ones that come at you.
They give them
after.
an inch and they take them out.
Yep.
I joined. All of this got me thinking. Like, this weekend, I joined a new church. You know, they don't even have services yet. They're just
Yeah.
literally
Trying to,
all they
it's
have
like
a
a
name
startup.
and
Yeah.
they're-
Yeah.
and so you just like what Lisa was saying, you try to go and you try to be perfect and you try to be the person that everyone depends on. But in sitting in that room, I realized that man, there was the girl that was dealing with the kids, there was the lady that was dealing with the food, there was the guy who was greeting, you know. There was a lot of crazy headaches happening at once.
Yeah.
But it all came together. There was so many moving parts. And it had me thinking that we live in the Space Coast,
Mhm.
right? And what do we see? We see the glorification of the rocket
Mhm.
getting to the moon.
Yeah.
So supposedly, or you know, but what we don't see is the janitor who cleans the floor at NASA
Yeah.
or Blue Origin or SpaceX.
Yeah.
We don't think of the structure that holds the rocket up. We don't see the people who are building the little pieces that make the rocket, and we're gonna go places like your business is gonna go to places where you can't take everybody with you, right? Because not everybody
Yeah.
is good for the business or
Right.
doesn't play a role in the vision. And it's the same thing with a spaceship. When it gets to a certain point, what happens? The rockets fall off.
Yeah.
And the spaceships keeps going. You just can't take everybody with you.
Mm-mm.
Every key component plays a part, and everyone has their own process. So I guess is what I'm trying to say is you'll have your moment, you'll have your time. Just let God work. Let God work. Let him
Mhm.
do his thing. And you know, sometimes him putting you through something or allowing you to go through something, it's just him bragging on you and saying, look, I like, you know, he might be looking down smiling like, I can't wait till you see the finished product. You know what I mean? And you're like, do something. It's like, I'm doing
All the time.
it.
Just wait.
Just wait.
I'm like, I have stories
Right.
like all, you know, plenty of times I
Oh.
should have been finished and I
That's-
got through it. But, you know, well, I think we all go through
Yeah.
a certain level of that, you know.
Oh yeah.
Just keep your head up. Keep your head up. And tune in again because we'll have some more medicine for you.
Yeah. We'll see.
We got anything coming up? Any events? Any?
I don't think we have any events coming up.
When we can
Yeah.
go live, we're gonna be out there in the community. You will
Yeah.
see Crazy Headache Podcast
Yeah.
all over Brevard County.
It's coming
And you
up.
will see us in our shirts.
Mhm.
Eventually, we'll have shirts. We'll throw some merch.
Yeah.
I got about 6 restaurants that I've got the phone number to the owners. They're waiting for my call. But again, we want to do it right, so we want to be able to go live.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we need
that
some
way we
travel.
can-
We got travel mics, so
Yep.
we'll set up some times where us three we go to lunch. We'll bring Paul, Asher, and we'll sit down with the owners and we'll talk about their crazy headaches, their all the customers that they deal with, what goes into the inventory, what goes into, but also we'll get to taste amazing food.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
the best
That's
part.
That's
That would
the
be
best
fun.
part. of
And
the
we'll
whole
review
thing.
the food for you.
I'm a fluffy
Yeah,
fella,
looking
so I
for
like food.
somewhere to
I'm
go.
down.
Fluffy
And finally, I found people I can eat seafood with. No one in
Oh.
Bridges' house eats
Oh,
seafood.
love
so
seafood.
I'm always down for seafood.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Autumn's and Rockledge?
I have not. I haven't gone anywhere because I've
Ooh.
been dating
Oh,
someone who doesn't eat
Doesn't
seafood for
eat
2 years.
crawfish. Now, I'm not a big crawfish fan. My wife is, but man, she'll tear up the crawfish. I mean, any kind of crab legs you can think of, they got it. So,
All right.
well, definitely
Yeah.
check out Autumn's. They know us by name.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that like, hit the subscribe.
Yeah, please
go to our
subscribe,
Facebook,
people.
follow
Subscribe.
us. I'm gonna do something stupid.
Subscribe
so
on
that you
YouTube.
see me on Facebook.
YouTube, not just Facebook, but YouTube. And
Yeah.
hey, we've been trying to get these cool little videos, catchy videos, and shorts for you guys to get your dopamine hit. So
I've been trying here. I've been
Yeah.
working on it.
He
people,
highlighted
like-
my Rico case last
I
week.
did that.
Someone commented on that. It was
I-
like,
I
so who
had
did
it-
it, Mike? And I just put an emoji.
yeah.
I did that video. I put it on my TikTok, and then I put it on Facebook. I'm like, Michael's going to appreciate this.
Yeah.
But I
was
mean,
so
anybody
funny.
can see it. It was already on.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
was
It's all
funny.
there. Just highlight those moments, make it better.
Hey,
Give us some crazy
anybody can come
ideas.
back. Come back.
Oh,
from-
yeah.
Yeah.
So until next time, we love y'all.
Whoop, whoop.
Peace.